Oh, okay, stream surgeon. Okay, whatever. Oh wait, that's my, first song I've ever made. Man, the memories when I used to live in a basement, for gosh sake. Seek. Honestly, I can't see it. Well, not really see it, more like hear it. Oh yeah. Bum, bum, bum. And then it just abruptly ends, because I forgot to turn off the outro loop. Also, what is... Let's see. Ah, I see, it's a picture from my channel Crossing New Horizons. And I believe the first thing I downloaded was Digital Logger. What's Digital Logger? 7 videos. Mouse is slow. X was just horse races. First thing I ever bothered downloading is Digital Logic Sim. Crazy. And I first got my computer. Yeah, about checks out. Not my birthday, but 29th when I was, yeah, maybe possibly 12. That's when I downloaded my first. And now I've downloaded Nintendo DS files. Why? I've tried downloading Fallout Studio before. Fish. Yeah, that's about right. It just cuts out. Epic. Oh gosh, what kind of kid was I been? Triangle one. Dude, dude, dude. Yeah, I believe this is a good. Keep to the shuffle. And there we go. Okay, then. I put you on shuffle. Okay, it just shuffles back. Doesn't shuffle everything, but I have to select everything, don't I? Okay. Okay, but how do I open all? That's what I'm trying to do. Settings, do. Open all. My gosh, how do I make it? Do I stack them on top of each other? No. How do I make? How do I make like an actual Dumbo playlist? Do move properties view. Start by. No play all option. How do you make a playlist? There's two additional options. Yeah, playlist 7-zip. Tar. Zip. Store. Person. Retain symbol. Okay, but it reads them as a playlist. Why can't I play them all at once? Okay, now it does. Well, like, just decides to select. Apparently, I didn't actually go. put this one here. I'll leave that as is. Good to go. Yep. Okay. Where's the studio? A little shaker in there. I'm acting like it's like. My chancel. It shouldn't have interference. Not that I. Someone watching now, that would be me. Maybe. One is maybe wrong. Who's watching this right now? Okay, so what would do? I can't do anything from here. Silly me. Okay. Okay, but can't I view it? it's been broken this whole time. Darn, you can hear my rambling, my inconsistent rambling. Docs, YouTube web control panel. You know, it's convenient. It's clumped. Skip, I don't care. No, I don't care. We have that. I don't need this anymore. Obviously, but where'd you put OBS? Docs. Okay, not shows. Objects. Control minus. Yeah, it works. Actually, I'll put the control panel up here. It's access. 2 views on the current timestamp. Nope. YouTube like control panel. Put up here. There we go. 2 views currently. It's okay. My freaking computer froze. My computer froze. Well, lesson learned. My audio doesn't work. Not playing the audio. Pretty sure it's supposed to. This guy just now take it down. I swear to God, if they took it down. Oh, I just straight up can't hear. FN. Seems like that's wrong. Apparently, this thing was just automatically muted for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it just is. Also, my character's not moving really responsively. So yeah, I'm gonna edit it for a second. Hold on. Studio. Okay. Content. Search live. Gaming again. And transcription. No problem. I'm trying to make this obvious and obvious what crack my own. just hear the clock ticking in the background. About time I switched to this screen. Hello, you can see me. So I can get just done a concurrent cut. I don't know. My god, screen burn's horrible. My god, don't have screen burn till photos. Also, yeah, I see the difference. It was squishy. I'll put Minecraft in the square box formation. Squinch this, put it here. There we go. Okay, then we size this up accordingly. Put this sign maybe. Alright, no, just keep it here. Maybe squinch it upwards so it can fit. There we go. No, I've already read all the Doctor Who's it's. I've already read all the Doctor Who's it's plus. I'm not even interested in Doctor Who knows who. Did I post open for Minecraft right now? Reason why Minecraft is because Bug Rocket. Watch it. I do have it available. It sounds like click off and now you show up for a frame. No modding stuff up. No thank you. PvP. Tons of add-on. No thank you. That doesn't good for my computer. I don't want another stream interrupt. Realm, Bedrock, Hacker, Hacking, Entropy, File Server, Minecraft, one. Just last tag. Last tag really puts me off. Let's see. Kinda. What is there? Tell me there's only 4 normal posts. Maybe okay. Oh, there's not like any good posts from Minecraft. Maybe I could like get one gather my friends around or something. Who knows? Dream stand. Okay, look. I think 2 decades ago. Jackson. Whatever. Party floor go. Here we go. Still no concurrent viewers. Sucks. Not all of them. To refresh and like, no, I don't think so. Anyway, access. Yeah, Enchanted Dragon. Still have a ticket for that. Also, why is this dragon look like it's, fucking cardboard? Wait a second, already. Oh, time to open a new survival world. General survival. Who cares? Flat world. Flat world. No, not a flat world. What am I thinking? So coordinates, stay played. Terrified. Simulation distance. Fine. Invited players. Friends. Member. Little lamp there, spring the fire. No, oh, I should have that's it. Darn. Hold on, hold on. Oh, and then furniture. Fine. I'll activate furniture. Your pack available. Experiment. Bundles. Okay, so go to bouncing applications. Okay, well, let's gaming mode again. Thank you. There's that's a line. There's actually 2,000 something. Neck pops like crazy. No, it's not neck cracking, it's neck popping. Because popping bubbles in liquid on your neck. A little science for you. You know, is there just different parts of my mind that are like acting as a chat right now? Because nobody is currently watching, so I'm just talking to myself at this point. Also, why do my voice? Drink some water. But didn't work. Probably won't work first try, but I can hear it getting. No, I can't. There it is. You know, I haven't made a Roblox window in a while, actually. I guess I could play Roblox. Here we are playing Minecraft today. That is not my username. I am not Stin's game custom. What? Hold on, what? I first of all, skin front. What? Oh. Right, right. Furniture. X, on X. There it is. I know there's an axe in here. Axe is the most efficient way to break open storage chest. Gosh, why does my click sometimes my... Oh, because I'm clicking off. Aww. I was gonna look in weird directions. Man, that stinks. Oh, like a retractable pen. Awesome. Oh, hello, Melmans. What a treat. Oh, come on. Is there any some kind of mouse lock option? Keyboard and mouse. Enter full keyboard. Heck. Look up. What? Oh. Oh. Enter. Oh, enter chat. Heck. And center. And wham. That's fun. Whee! That's just up and down. That's just centering. What's that do? Look at that. That does something. Okay then, let's go now, but it's still not what I'm looking for. One by 5 and apparently also heck. Oh, you know, I can just look around with the arrow keys now. That's joystick gameplay. Also, hold on. Why aren't there's a Q and E for like I don't know, I've done with the right keys. Also, cycle item. So it basically just type a short Q. You know what? Oh, the mouse does nothing anymore. The mouse literally does nothing anymore. I don't think I want full keyboard gameplay anymore. Plus, I'd still like access to my numpad for things like just secrets. Control tips. Code builder? Excuse me, what? B. C. Immersive reader. X. Control tips. Oh, modifiers. Control tips. Code builder. Immersive. Who knows? Control E and 9 8 up to 1 0 Q. Okay, so code. Okay, I guess. Well, then that's ensuring that somehow, some way, you could like, but, huh? X, C. Nothing 7. I'm skimmed. Also, I just found a jungle biome. Still nobody's watching, so I'm fine to just leave it on the screen. How do you know? Village. Nope. Man. I swear, dude. Clock ticking in the background. You're so right. Still nobody's watching. I'm not even looking at that shot right now. And I guess I'm just acting. Also, hey! What do you know? That's unusually rare. I believe. I may be wrong. Well, if I do it like this, then nobody can go back and watch what I've done before. I wish there was a mouse lock on Minecraft, I swear. They got the classic diamonds. We got the boots, we got the stuff. Got the saplings. We got the ingots. Got the dingets. Also chains. Well, what do you know? My God's sake. Why can't there be a mouse lock in the game? So, keyboard and mouse. Please, have something. Oh, come on, you gotta get it. Button? Button 5? What's button 5? Left bracket? Some of these don't even... What? General. I update. Oh my god. Yeah, but I want to know how to find the mouse lock. Oh my gosh, can you get away? No, it's just stuck there. My god, it's just stuck there. So, I had to press something that wasn't grayed out. Why is it mouse on touch? Touch? Nothing in touch. Where's the mouse block? Sorry, mouse lock. Camera shake. 3 seconds, 10 seconds. Gosh, you're telling me there's no mouse lock to this thing? Are you kidding? Still 0 viewers. Gosh, I'm gonna have to gather up some people, don't I? Ugh. Darn. Darn it. Dude. Bum. Oh. Oh yeah, right. I had to reset my computer. New pirate. New pirate. It sounds like I'm outside new pirate window. You can't possibly pirate YouTube. YouTube's already free. The only thing you can only pirate is YouTube Premium, which honestly kind of makes a bit sense. Everything these days. Why can't they just use cookies? Well, I mean, I guess they do use cookies. That's not. You know, why am I still insisting to use private windows? I guess so I can't. Yes, we skates. Knuckles.
Just choose a spaghetti sauce. I'm trying.
Okay, whatever. Dumbest thing I've ever heard, but whatever. Didn't Nintendo already do that? Notification. Hey, you big buddy bell. You do. What's that mean? Content. More. Oh my screen just gone black. I do not like that. June May 26th. Currently the 15th. I have just straight up disappeared. Wait. Just wait. Okay, I can't. Static. Oh heck, it's nighttime. Oh hi. Come on, Minecraft. Come on, wait, there's pizza. Playing something on Minecraft currently. Minecraft sucks. When it comes to mouses, anyways. Do. There we go. Let's speak a little louder. No wonder my voice. My voice is like quiet and all scriggly. Scriggly is not a word. Make your music and Jive Pod. Yeah, that's what's talking about with Jive Pod.
Tiger Electronics. Whoa, look at these winners right here, mate. Just complete engineering prowess. Unbelievable what they managed to get people to spend money on. I never liked these. I never did. It was rough on it. And now there's emulators for these. And trying to catch on to any fad, mate, with the mid-thousands being all about MP3 players, they heaved out the Jive Pod. I wonder what they were inspired by with the name, mate. Your music in, your game is on. Challenge a friend. Well, I'd have to make a friend first and hope that they also have a Jive Pod. Turn your music into a game. Yes, this was trying to turn MP3 players into... I don't know how you turn it into a game unless it's Guitar Hero or just that amazing thing called Beat Saber. Now, it says, try me push center, and it does this. I think the bats are wearing out because look, includes 3 us included. Thanks, boys, but I think they're feeling a bit sad. Tripod! TM makes a game out of your music. The lights follow the beat. You follow
This
the
old
light.
iPod is about to become your best friend. Resembling your first MP3 player or Macintosh computer, these desktop figurines add Y2K flair to your workspace with their adorable emotionless expressions and magnetic limbs that snap into place. Spin and click the iBoys wheel or convert these wireless headphones into a wired set, and with the iBot G3's iconic circular mouse and keyboard by your side, you can party like it's 2006-ish. Get the iBoy figurines.
Okay, but it doesn't actually work. Does it, mate?
Thanks, boy. Last days of the MP3 player's reign, right? And then the year that the iPhone came out and ushered in the smartphone era. That's when the one you love. Oh, its swoopiness makes it harder to open. Oh, gosh, I hate this. Ow! It looks odd. We'll get to it in a bit. What does it come with? Ooh. I see one cable with 3 ends on it. It's like a mythical beast of Yodi. And, okay, it's 99% retail packaging. Don't be a roadmap. Don't be a roadmap. I mean, ooh, it's colorful. It's the worst kind of roadmap. It's literally a road. Look how long it is. Thank you for purchasing this tripod TM game. Be sure to read and follow these instructions carefully before using the product and keep this manual as a reference. Don't tell me what to do. Note to the consumer, this toy is in try me mode. Yeah, well, you try me, mate. Okay. There's the dazzling reset button. This tripod TM unit lets you turn your music into a game. The lights flash in time with the beat, and your challenge is to press the correct game button as it lights up. 3 levels of difficulty. With each level, it becomes more challenging the longer you play. I mean, mentally challenging. It's like, why am I doing this? There is also a non-game light show mode if you simply want to watch the lights flash to the beat of your music. That's actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna knock that. Come on, audiophiles. We all love a good VU meter. All right, so like we gotta press in time. If it's blue, we got it. If it's red, we missed it. Oh, and look, this impossible scenario of number 1, having a friend, and number 2, them also
Idiot.
having a jive pod. Well, better keep this for my own reference.
My idiot.
Alright, here it is. Beautifully filthy from just sitting out in the open air for weirdos to touch it. Weirdos being me. It's got this turned... Oh! Okay, I like that now. Not that it does anything. Let's do the dad bit. Better be a really funny brand of bats. I mean, credit to these batteries for still kind of working all this time. Come on.
Kinda working.
Okay, green cells. It's got nothing against the puck cell. Doesn't tout its greenness, just wears it. Although the new puck cells don't have the...
Blue.
Gotta lock them down so the kids don't
But
eat them.
blue, but
I'm gonna put it back into the try me mode. Activate. Dazzle me. I'll put it in try me though. Oh! Oh, that's a filthy beat. Yeah, filth. What? I didn't do anything. I think the best way.
Exactly, you didn't do anything. That's the problem.
Music, 'cause I'm
Okay. You didn't do anything. Hold on. Control. I swear. Yeah, that's the it's somewhere. Don't know why that spells out. Space.
Guessing it's actually gonna be probably timed up with. Gosh, I can't even imagine.
Bro, just keep sleeping fastly. Turn the concurrent viewers.
Kind of gameplay I'm in for. Let's set it on 1. Right, let's do it.
What was good?
I'm doing it.
You're driving.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, look, I just get the point. If I just... Okay, shh, be quiet. Okay, my ultimate problem with it out the box is that there's not a lot of punishment for being very, very out of time. There's a Nintendo DS game called Rhythm Heaven. I've 100% completed that game. It is so good the way it works. It is ruthless in how accurate you need to be, and that's the rewarding challenge, is actually getting a point because you did it perfect. This, you can press it super early, super late. I was trying to tap in time, and a few of them just landed on nothing. Oh no, guys, are you telling me this is just a piece of junk made to sell quickly during a fad? Before we explode it, we gotta have a game of Scarlet Fire. You gonna? Oh, there it is. Damn it. I'm tapping in the beat. Ah. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. The music has stopped, by the way, but it's still, yeah, thank you. Oh! Thanks, mate. Most of the beats landed in time with the music. Some were eighth notes where you got quarter notes on the beat, and then you got eighth notes in between. But some of these were like 30-second notes, like Well, I think it's time to play Scarlet Fire again, but I think it needed more volume.
Okay. Yeah, they're trying to gather people, weren't they? Did you? Whoa. Yay! That's nice. Special.
Hey, look what I got first.
Want a snack without getting cheesy?
Hey, Dad, what does WTF mean?
Heck was that? So maybe we can open them up. Then that was not 2 hours ago. No way, it was 2 hours ago. Oh, you have the screen bubble. I don't want to upload. I want to what up our baby. I'll strip you, Bobo.
Out? No.
I'm just gonna hit them on something. Stinks. Every moving thing is your enemy. Also, chat's not loading. Why is chat not loading? Still no concurrent viewers, so that's good, I guess. There we go.
No, I gotta take that. No, I gotta take that.
Hey, you.
Dawson, you back? What? This? I can't believe that I keep doing that. No, I'm skipping that, G. Hey, buddy, you know how many laps I have? I'm gonna let you guess. I do not know what OBS means. You. Oh. Why'd you have to take me, you wope? Why'd you have to take me? You sucky nut. How'd I miss that? He was waiting for me. He was waiting for me to come. I just knew it. Yeah. Okay, I was not ready for that. I honestly think I'm speedrunning this right now. Because I'm only on, I think, road 4, which is a snow road. Oh, I thought I was dead. No. Get wet.
Gee.
Yeah.
Gee.
Okay, that was unfair. Come on, buddy. You can't be doing this again. Okay, I thought thought I could roll into that. So, are you gonna stay on my live stream until I beat this whole game? Okay, that was just junk. Where's what's his name? I don't know. I don't remember the swordfish name. What is swordfish's name? But did I miss him at the beginning? I don't know where Dawson Paul went. He was originally on my live stream, and he got off. I don't know why. Wait, no. It was I think I seen a secret. Wait, is that from the other side? I think that was from the... Okay, you little idiot. I think that was from the other side. Yeah, I think it was from the other side that I could get into there. I think I could have skipped a little bit of the level. Okay. Wait.
Fish. Fish.
You need to spam the A or the B button. Checkpoint. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought oh, never mind. I got it. Got the checkpoint. Okay. Here we go. That was pretty easy right there. No! Oh, that shark had it out for me. He almost about got me. That little cheapskate. There's another one that almost got me. Okay. That was unfair. That's child's play. Okay, am I going around in circles? I'm starting to think I'm going around in circles. I don't know. I don't fully know if I am. There's a letter in. Okay, I should be getting close to the end. Wait. But probably tomorrow I'm going to do Donkey Kong Country 2. With Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna do the whole thing of that tomorrow. If you wanna be on it. Ouch. You little sucky. Okay buddy, you can be on it if you want to. You can be in the chat if you wanna be in it tomorrow. And could you subscribe to my YouTube channel? If you're not subscribed to my channel. Because I'm trying to get 100 likes. Well, not likes, but subscribers. And I'm gonna try and reach. Well, I'm trying to reach. Yeah, after I get 100 subscribers, and then I'm gonna reach 100k subscribers. I'm trying to reach. Which is, I know it sounds like a lot, but I'm really wanting to get a play button. Okay, that was unfair. I was trying to get the O. I'm literally going fast through this. Ouch, you know. Ah, Ricky. Pretty sure this is squeaks or squawks. I don't know which. Well, it looks like squawks. I don't remember this animal buddy's name. Yeah, I actually don't remember this animal buddy's name. actually think I'm speedrunning. I actually think I'm going fast through these levels. Cause I'm beating them quick. No, I'm not gonna take it. No. Okay, I don't miss that. Okay, that was a little unfair. Okay, I'm gonna first knock you out, buddy. Okay, I'm doing good so far. Okay, you stupid. Barry, when I come home from school tomorrow, which I'm not in normal school. I'm in high school. And when I get home from high school, I'm gonna be live streaming on Donkey Kong Country 2, okay? And you could be in it, and you could be in it too, if you wanted to. But I don't know what time I get home. Which I know I get home like. Which I know I get home like sometime at. I don't know, you idiot. You cannot corner me like that. Buddy, you better not. Ha! Get that! Got you, little kid. Get out. World? Hold up. Sorry. World 1. Okay, guys, I'm doing World 4. The factory. Okay, I know there's a... Hold up. No, this is on YouTube. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube right now. What? Yeah, I'm basically speedrunning Donkey Kong Country right now. That's why I'm playing it. It wouldn't let me roll. And I'm thinking about playing through the whole thing of what is it called? Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. I'm thinking about doing it. Well, playing through the whole thing of that tomorrow when I get home from high school. My favorite Donkey Kong. What's your favorite Donkey Kong game? Donkey Kong Country game? My favorite's like Donkey Kong Country Returns. That's my favorite Donkey Kong game. The Donkey Kong Country game. You never played any of the Donkey Kong Country games? Well, do you know which one I'm playing right now? Okay, I wasn't looking. It's well, this is Donkey Kong Country. The first ever Donkey Kong game made, I think so. but this is on the Super Nintendo on my Nintendo Switch. Yeah. And then tomorrow, yeah, basically, tomorrow I'm gonna be live streaming myself playing through the whole thing of Donkey Kong Country with Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest. No, that was a little unfair. No. Okay. Okay, how am I gonna time this out? Okay. No.
That tire's flipping.
Yeah, it's floating. Hey, buddy, I only played through the whole thing of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze already, and it's only been I only live streamed it already of me playing through the whole thing of it, and I'm working on live streaming Donkey Kong Country Returns with my cousins when I go back to my cousin's house. Which me and my cousin Daxton we're on. Which is my cousin Daxton he's the one that usually live streams with me playing Donkey Kong Country Returns.
DK floating.
Which is I don't know when I'm going to go back to my cousin's house. I just hope sometimes I will. Okay, I literally jumped on his head. How's that fair? Oh, I thought I died. Diddy is my best one. On Diddy. Okay, you're back, you little sucky. Okay, he's back again. Okay, why'd I jump off? That was dumb. Buddy, you can't go up. What? Like, we talking about have I tried playing Minecraft on live stream on YouTube right now? Is that what you're talking about? Because I haven't just yet. I'm thinking about doing it after I finish Donkey Kong Country after I finish Donkey Kong Country and well no I haven't done it on Xbox. I don't got an Xbox. I got a Wii U and a Nintendo Switch, which you have. Which I have a lot of Nintendo Switch games. Yeah, I have a lot of Nintendo Switch games. Okay, I seen you, buddy. No, that ain't how you gonna play it. Now that's how I play, you nut. No. Oh. That was funny. He literally jumped through the platform. He's taking a nice...
We've made very good progress in a year. No, I didn't hit left. I just went straight up. Oh no, that doesn't count. I just went straight up. I just went straight up.
Hello there, my name's Brandon and I make pictures out of tiny squares. And today I'm going to be recreating this screenshot from the 1991 Samurai Pizza Cats video game, based on the cartoon series of the same name, or more specifically I should be saying it's based on the original Japanese version known as Kyoto Ninden Teande, which was eventually dubbed and altered to yield the series known as Samurai Pizza Cats. But either way, I've always had a soft spot for this series, both versions, and the game is a really solid platformer as well. So I thought it'd be fun to explore what a redesign might look like. That being said, I still want the DNA of the original visuals to be felt, so I'm going to work with the same canvas size, but not be so concerned with things like color limits on sprites and tile counts. To get started, I've gone through a few screenshots from the game and pulled a representative color palette to use in my work as well. By sticking to the same colors, I hope to maintain the overall tone of the original, and the way I'll increase the level of fidelity is by using as many of these colors as I like within the individual sprites and tiling. The first thing I decided to do was explore the look of the sprite for Yataro, otherwise known as Speedy in the American version. One of my objectives with this redraw is to attempt a stronger resemblance to the cartoon. Not that the original game was so abstract by any means, but what I'm doing for the character here is that I'm only focusing on the head design for now, and not worrying about the remainder of the sprite design quite yet. Basically, I just want to figure out how much space I need in order to capture an accurate look for the face, and then the body can be made with that remaining space. Ideally, I'd like to stay within the 32 pixel height of the original sprite, but even so you can see that I'm already allocating a larger percentage of that total space to the head, and that's helping squeeze a bit more recognizability into the sprite. My main points of reference here were translating and retaining key shapes like the circles on the front and side of the helmet, and then finding the right configuration of the face within there too, obviously. And using multiple colors here really helps to break that up rather than relying solely on line work to do that, and can actually save a bit of space compared to a pure line work approach as well. Once the head's in a good spot, I continue on with the rest of the design by laying down a simple stick figure base for the body. In bulking up the stick figure to create the character silhouette, I'm comparing against the reference images there to consider the placement of each armor panel and segment. One of the things that's great about his design are all these little recognizable features, like there's the collar with the rescue bell, under that there's a little triangle, and then under that there's a small belt too. Now, when it comes to the pixel art, this becomes really tough to fit all these elements within what ends up being about only 4 pixels of height on the body. So I kept working things around to explore the possibilities. And again here, the thing that really helps is not carrying on the line work too much in these spots. In fact, the main way that I've decided to use the additional colors at my disposal is by adding them just to color block out different costume details like this.
This is why I absolutely hate this cat toy. This retractable toy that I got for my cat last Christmas is easy to store and has magnets on both sides. Put the ball in and simply connect to one side to another. Flip it and it became a cat toy. I bought 2 and they can connect to each other and became a bigger toy, perfect for my adult cat. And it's highly elastic so I don't have to worry about my cat destroying it. It's such a fun toy for me too, and now I'm thinking, should I give it to my cat or keep it to myself instead? This is why I absolutely...
More flying in Java Edition, once you stop pressing forward, your momentum will carry you a bit further. However, in Bedrock Edition, you'll immediately come to a halt. More flying in Java Edition, once you stop pressing...
I'm going to show you the most boring, unique, lame, fun, annoying, interesting, stupid, amazing, terrible, fascinating Sonic game ever. And no, I'm not talking about Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car. I'm talking about the Sonic game that never ends. I'm talking about a game that's name is Blue Sphere. Or is it? In October 1994, Sega released Sonic & Knuckles, a game that could connect with other game cartridges to create brand new experiences. This was famously marketed as lock-on technology, but another term they used for it was
introducing the world's first backward-compatible game.
What? Well, to be fair, they're not lying. The same way you can pop in an old PS1 game into your PS2 or a Game Boy Color game into your Game Boy Advance, you can pop old Sonic games into your Sonic & Knuckles cart. By locking on Sonic 3, you got Sonic 3 & Knuckles, a combination of both games. By locking on Sonic 2, you could play as Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But by locking on Sonic 1, you got this. This nameless game we're talking about today. For a long time, this game had no real name. The only thing the title screen says is, "No way!" Easily the most aggressive title screen I've ever seen. But if you press the A, B, and C buttons at the same time, you can start the game, and the title message changes to the equally demanding, "Get blue spheres!" Sure, that's the goal of the game, but you don't have to be so mean about it. In the 1997 Sonic & Knuckles collection, this game was just called Special Stage Mode. Probably because this game is just a bunch of randomly generated levels made in the same style as the special stages from Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles. The game was included in another collection the same year, Sonic Jam, but the game was unfortunately nameless there. For years, Sonic fans had to suffer in painful agony not knowing what the name of this masterpiece was. Until in 2002, we were blessed with Sonic Mega Collection, which finally gave this game a name, Blue Sphere. But then 15 years later, Sonic Mania ruined it by changing the name from Blue Sphere to Blue Spheres, with an S. This name was used again 5 years later in Sonic Origins, so I guess the official name is Blue Spheres with an S and not Blue Sphere with no S. Listen, I love the letter S as much as the next guy, but the simplicity of Mega Collection's Blue Sphere with no S is just so great. To unlock this game in Mega Collection, you have to play Sonic 1 20 times and Sonic 3D Blast 20 times. However, there is another way to unlock Blue Sphere. You automatically unlock it if you have save data from Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 on your memory card in slot A. I always thought stuff like this was cool. It was like the developers were giving you a little bonus for supporting their other games. It gave a sense of interconnectivity between multiple games. These weren't completely separate discs, but instead connected parts of your system's world. And that's the same reason why Sonic & Knuckles' lock-on system is so cool. It gives us cool extra content on these old games, like Blue Sphere. So, how does Sonic & Knuckles make Blue Sphere happen? Well, don't worry your pretty little head, viewer. I'll explain it to you. By locking a cartridge on top of Sonic & Knuckles, you are literally combining the two games. Like literally all of the data from the top game is copy-pasted onto the bottom of Sonic & Knuckles' code. Sonic & Knuckles figures out what game is attached by looking at the game's ROM header. The header is like the description of a YouTube video. It's located near the beginning of the game's code, and it just gives some basic information about the game, like its title, when it was made, and what version of the game it is. The header has a unique serial number, which is basically like an ID for the game. Sonic & Knuckles looks at the serial number to determine what game is currently locked on. If Sonic & Knuckles detects the serial number for Sonic 3, then the game knows to load Sonic 3 and Knuckles. If Sonic & Knuckles detects the serial number for Sonic 2, then the game uses a special extra chip in the Sonic & Knuckles cartridge to help run Knuckles and Sonic 2. There are some compatibility issues and missing data from the Sonic 2 cartridge that's needed to get everything working smoothly, little things like changing color palettes and level designs. If Sonic & Knuckles detects the serial number for Sonic 1, then it loads up Blue Sphere. Any game other than Sonic 1, 2, or 3 that gets locked on will give you Blue Sphere, but you only get a single level of it. The level is randomly generated based on data from the ROM header of the specific game. The interesting thing about Blue Sphere is that unlike Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic 2, Blue Sphere uses no data from Sonic 1, none at all. All of the code for Blue Sphere comes from Sonic & Knuckles itself. What this means is you really don't need Sonic 1 to play Blue Sphere. All you need is a game with the same serial number as Sonic 1, tricking Sonic & Knuckles into thinking the real thing is locked on. To prove this, I decided to do the unthinkable. I coded my own Sega Genesis game. Boom, 60 frames per second, 2 colors, 4 directions of movement. Okay, I know, this game is crazy, but just contain your excitement for just a little bit, okay? We gotta get through the video. If I open up this game's hexadecimal code and I change the serial number to Sonic 1 serial number, when I boot up the game, it should run Blue Sphere. If it loads the Sonic & Knuckles title screen, that means we screwed up. But I did everything correctly, so it should be fine. Wait, what? Oh, right, I forgot the most important thing. In order for Sonic & Knuckles to load Blue Sphere, it needs to know it's connected to a Genesis game and not some random program. It does so by checking address 200,100. the 256th byte of data of the locked on game. And the only thing you need to type here for Sonic & Knuckles to recognize it as a Genesis game is... Sega! Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. So now, if we connect my game to Sonic & Knuckles, it should load up Blue Sphere. Boom. There we have it, folks. It doesn't matter what the game is or what code it has, just so long as in the appropriate addresses it has the word Sega and the Sonic 1 serial number. Well, actually there is one more thing it needs. The maximum amount of data a Genesis game can normally be is 4 megabytes. That's absurdly small. Sonic & Knuckles is 2 megabytes, and since Genesis games can normally only be 4 megabytes, this means that the cartridge that Sonic & Knuckles is connected to can also only be 2 megabytes. To sum all of that up, 2 plus 2 equals 4. If the game is over 2 megabytes, then Sonic & Knuckles will only read the last 2 megabytes of the file. Since Sonic & Knuckles is skipping over the ROM header at the beginning of the file, that means it won't detect it as a Genesis game, and it will load Sonic & Knuckles instead of Blue Sphere. I have no idea why they decided to load the bottom 2 megabytes instead of the top, because this basically means that any game over 2 megabytes won't work with Sonic & Knuckles. Or does it? While usually yes, cartridges that are more than 2 megabytes won't work. The only reason they don't work is because, like I mentioned, the game doesn't detect the ROM header. If you make a fake ROM header at the point where Sonic & Knuckles checks if the game is legit, you can trick Sonic & Knuckles and get Blue Sphere to work. Now, Genesis games being above 2 megabytes, especially before Sonic & Knuckles was released, wasn't common. So Sonic & Knuckles not working with larger data cartridges really wasn't much of an issue, unless you really couldn't live without locking on Vector Man 2. So, I've done a lot of talking about how Blue Sphere and Sonic & Knuckles works, but who cares about that stuff? Let's actually take a look at the game itself. If you've played the Sonic 3 and Knuckles special stages, then you know the basics of the gameplay. You run around this planet and you have to collect all of the blue spheres on it to beat the level. If you touch a red sphere, the level is over. Yellow spheres bounce you up in the air, and these star bumper spheres bounce you away. If you encircle blue spheres by red spheres, you can turn that whole segment into rings. By getting all of the rings in a stage and then getting all of the blue spheres, you get a perfect, which sends you 10 levels ahead instead of just 1. So, going for perfects is definitely the way to go. You have to be careful though, as the longer you stay in the level, the faster your character moves, which causes the game to become an insanely fast test of your reaction time as you try to finish the stage. And that's really about it, honestly. In total, there are 134,217,728 levels. Technically, there are only 128,016,000 levels, and afterwards, the levels repeat until you get to level 134,217,728. Then, the game restarts from level 1. The reason the levels repeat after a certain point is because of the formula used to determine the layout of each level. It ends up giving the same results for a few numbers due to the math involved. Now, I said these levels were randomly generated, but that isn't entirely true. You see, in video games, levels are never truly random. Otherwise, each level would be an absolute mess. Levels have certain preset constraints and patterns that they have to abide by to make sure it's playable. Blue Sphere is the same way. There are 128 preset patterns made of 16 by 16 tiles, which we can call chunks. 4 of these chunks are arranged in a square, giving us a complete 32 by 32 level. Each level has a code that you can enter to go to that specific level. So, if you find a cool layout, you can share it with others. So, you're probably thinking, hey, if Blue Sphere is so good, then why isn't there a Blue Spheres 2? Well, there is actually. Kind of. Like I referenced before, Blue Sphere makes a return in Sonic Mania, and this time they added in some new features. A green sphere which turns into a blue sphere if you touch it, effectively meaning you have to collect these spheres twice. And they also added in a pink sphere which teleports you to another pink sphere. I'm a fan of these additions. It's a nice way to spice up your tried and true Blue Sphere gameplay without straying too far from the unadulterated experience. But if that wasn't enough for you, Sonic Origins gave us new Blue Spheres, bringing back the green and pink spheres in Sonic Mania with brand new levels. Now, maybe even that isn't enough for you. Maybe you're a little high maintenance, but I get it. This feels more like Blue Sphere 1.5 than a true sequel. Maybe you like to play fast and loose with your Blue Sphere. You like to roll a little more on the chaotic side of the alignment chart. Well, lucky for you, good old Knuckles Chaotix actually gave us a proper sequel to Blue Sphere with its special stages. Just like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, in this game's special stages, you have to collect Blue Spheres. However, it also takes some cues from Sonic 2's special stages as you're moving along this hexagonal half-pipe. Personally, I'm more of a fan of the classic Blue Sphere, but this is a cool sequel. But hey, if that wasn't enough for you, then Blue Spheres are also in Sonic Mania's special stages. You're chasing after this UFO, and by collecting Blue Spheres, you can increase your speed. There's also Blue Spheres in Sonic Heroes special stages. The ones you have to collect aren't exclusively blue, but hey, it counts. There are a couple of other games with Blue Spheres in their special stages, like the 3DS version of Sonic Lost World where you're flying around space collecting Blue Spheres. But this game completely ruins everything because it calls them orbs instead of spheres. Terrible. Speaking of other names for the titular Blue Spheres, in the Sonic 3 Japanese manual, the spheres are called balls. So you have to collect blue balls. Do with that information what you will. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, there's a whole playlist of videos. Games being released with crazy bugs only to be fixed later has become a trend in the last decade of gaming, but how exactly did games update before the internet allowed you to easily download patches? Well, a lot of the time, they didn't. If a game had bugs, it just had bugs. The most important part of a game is not the music, not the graphics, not the story, not even the gameplay, it's the deadline. The last thing a game company wants to do is delay their game. You gotta get the game ready by November so kids will have time to ask Santa to get a copy for Christmas. However, back in the early days of gaming, Japanese games would sometimes come out years before their release in other countries. This gave developers time to add in changes in the localized versions. For example, the original Super Mario Bros. Was released in Japan on September 13th, 1985, and it was released only a month afterwards in America. However, the European version of the game would not be released for home consoles until a year and a half later on May 15th, 1987. The European version of the game actually has some bug fixes. In the Japanese and American versions, in every single underwater level in the game, you can clip into the wall above the exit pipe as Big Mario, forcing you to stay trapped there until time runs out and you die. The European version adds a block above the pipe to stop this glitch from happening. Sometimes, though, developers wouldn't wait for an international release to update a game. They'd just quietly release an updated version of the game and stop producing copies of the old version. If you were one of the unfortunate saps who bought the janky version 1.0, well, that was just tough luck. You'd have to go out and buy the version 1.1 if you wanted the fixes. One of the most famous examples of this comes from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time for the N64. The NTSC 1.0 version of Ocarina of Time, released in Japan and America, had several glitches, including one where you could steal the fishing rod item from the fishing minigame by using the hover boots as adult Link to glide over the water and then casting your line while you're hovering. Normally, you can't take the rod out of the fishing pond because if you try to leave the area, the fisherman will tell you you can't leave while you have the rod equipped. However, the game doesn't check for this if Link is currently casting his fishing rod, because normally Link can't move while casting. So if you cast your line while using the hover boots to fall in the water, this allows Link to move while technically still being in a state of casting. There is no benefit to having the fishing rod outside of the fishing pond, as the game doesn't let you use it. But, I mean, it's cool, I guess. In version 1.1, the hover boots exploit was fixed, although doing this glitch still is possible through other means. The 1.2 version of the game features some of the most prominent changes out of all of the versions. Ganondorf's blood was censored, turning it from red to puke green. I was surprised Nintendo even allowed the red blood to begin with, given how censor-heavy Nintendo games were back then. There was also the Fire Temple song. In the first two versions of the game, the Fire Temple music has Islamic prayers spoken in Arabic. These vocals actually come from a sampling CD filled with vocals meant to be used in music production called Voice Spectral Volume 1 by Best Service. In version 1.2, a different song was used for the Fire Temple. Now, you might think that many of these changes were made to Ocarina of Time after the fact, but strangely, every single version of the N64 Ocarina of Time, even the PAL versions that were released in Europe, were all made before the game first launched in Japan on November 21st, 1998. That begs the question, if Nintendo already had the updated NTSC 1.2 version with all of the bug fixes and censored content, why did they release the outdated version 1.0? Well, one theory is money. It's possible Nintendo had already sent the version 1.0 of the games to a factory to be manufactured. Then shortly after the games were sent off, one of the game devs went back to double check the game and make sure everything was good until they realized, oh shoot, this game's got bugs, and oh shoot, we probably shouldn't have blood in the game for kids. So they ended up fixing these issues in the updated versions. Since Nintendo had already sent off the 1.0 cartridges to be made, they would have had to go through the extremely costly effort of throwing away thousands, if not millions of cartridges they had already produced. I'm not sure if Nintendo decided to sell off all of the copies of 1.0 and then start selling the updated versions, or if they just released all of them into the wild at once. Like I mentioned, game revisions back then were usually pretty quiet releases, but I guess this would make Ocarina of Time possibly the first game in history to have a day one patch. Ocarina of Time is also pretty interesting as there were plans for an expansion pack for Ocarina of Time called Ura Zelda, which would be released on the floppy disk drive add-on for the N64, the N64DD. This patch was basically a remix of the base game, increasing the difficulty and adding altered dungeons, kind of like the second quest of the original Zelda. Due to the 64DD's commercial failure, Ura Zelda ended up becoming Ocarina of Time Master Quest for the GameCube, which was initially released as a pre-order bonus for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker in 2002. If the developers wanted to go the extra mile, they wouldn't just use updates as a way to fix bugs, but also as a way to add new content. I introduce you to the updated re-release, aka the remix. The most iconic remixes are, of course, the new versions of the Pokemon games. Pokemon Red and Green versions were released on February 27, 1996 in Japan. About 8 months later, in celebration of the games reaching 1 million copies sold in the October 5th.
So Sonic games, right? There's a few of them, like your Sega Genesis games, your Xbox 360.
Okay, right off the bat, you're gonna approach that first Moto bug. Now, make sure you don't kill him. Just jump over him and then take care of the Buzz Bomber instead. Now walk back to that first Moto bug and tell him that the Buzz Bomber could have just as easily been him. Press down B and C. Now you'd think Moto Bug would have survivor's guilt, but he's actually going to use this tragedy as motivation to turn his life around. Truly inspiring. Next, you want to jump into the spring hidden in that tree, and timing it just right, hit jump the second Sonic bounces on the spring. Sweet, we did it. Okay, can't tell you how many times I had to try this before I got the timing down. That's tough. Okay, so, special stage time. This one doesn't have a Chaos Emerald, so you kind of just want to survive it. Best way to do that is to get Sonic to grab onto the first thing he can get his mitts on. Hold down B nice and tight. Good. Now, you're going to want to induce some vomiting to ease his vertigo. So, while still holding B, hit up and down over and over until Sonic boots. If you don't do this correctly, you'll get stuck in this special stage, and a hard reset is the only way out. Super lame. Okay, right off the bat, you're going to approach that first Moto bug. Now, make sure you don't kill him. Just jump over him and then take care of the Buzz Bomber instead. Now walk back to that first Moto bug and tell him that the Buzz Bomber could have just as easily been him. Press down B and C. Now you'd think Moto Bug would have survivor's guilt, but he's actually going to use this tragedy as motivation to turn his life around. Truly inspiring. Next, you want to jump into the spring hidden in that tree, and timing it just right, hit jump the second Sonic bounces on the spring. Sweet, we did it. Okay, can't tell you how many times I had to try this before I got the timing down. That's tough. Okay, so, special stage time. This one doesn't have a Chaos Emerald, so you kind of just want to survive it. Best way to do that is to get...
Do you know the person standing behind you?
Hey kid, do you want a wiener in your mouth?
Do you know the person standing behind you?
Is it even legal to have pets like this?
Hey guys, I can teach you how to ride something pretty big.
What? No! I was talking about my big heart!
Hey guys.
Is it even legal? Is it even legal to have...
Hey guys, I can teach you how to ride something pretty big.
What? No! I was talking about my big heart!
Hey guys.
What sounds better? Jacket on? Or jacket off? 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 What sounds better? Jacket on? Or jacket off?
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears and listen to me.
Hey, Captain, did you ask for headphones?
Yes, thank you so much.
Sure he's dead?
Drake the type of guy to float in the air when he smells food. Drake the type of guy to stop and smell flowers. Drake the type of guy to use a lily pad to cross a river. Drake the type of guy to walk behind his homie, close his eyes, and say guess who. Drake the type of guy to run in place before sprinting. Drake the type of guy to see yellow snow and think it's lemon flavored. Drake the type of guy to float in the air when he smells.
What comes once a year, twice in a month, 4 times in a week, and 6 times in a day? Do you know the answer?
I don't know.
Let's try this again. What comes once a year, twice in a month, 4 times in a week, and 6 times in a day? Do you know the answer?
I don't know.
Let's try this again. What comes once a year, twice in a month, 4 times in a week, and 6 times in a day? Do you know the answer?
I don't know.
Let's try this again. What comes once a year, twice in a month, 4 times in a week, and 6 times in a day? Do you know the answer?
I don't know.
If you take a confetti popper like this one, mount it to a wall, and tie an 8-ball to an extended version of the string and drop it 90 degrees from vertical like this, the confetti popper might pop. But the question is, will it? Welcome back to Engineered Bets. The confetti not popping is favored 2-1 based on an audience intuition poll where people voted based on an image of this scenario. A confetti popper is pretty simple. Removing the top layer, you see the compartment that houses the confetti, and then going 1 layer below that, you get to the chamber with the explosive charge. And I should point out that you shouldn't open these because it becomes more dangerous. Pulling on the string ignites the charge, which creates enough pressure to make that signature popping sound and send the confetti flying. Using a force gauge, I measured the peak force to be 12.3 newtons. You can check out the full video to learn all the details, but I used Newton's second law and energy conservation.
There are times when the gravity of a situation and my reaction don't exactly align properly. And to be honest, that's probably a symptom of something, but whatever, I'm chilling. But recently my mom was trying to tell me about a pretty heavy situation that had recently occurred. Yeah, I'm so sorry to tell you all of this so suddenly. Smokey? You okay? Bro. This rock? It looks like a potato, bro. Smokey, were you listening at all? Bro, the resemblance, bro, it is simply uncanny. Smokey, please! Potato rock! There are times when the gravity of his—
Yo, ready for Mario Kart? Yep, but we have to play on Rainbow Road. Oh, but I'm not good at that one. Yeah, that's the point. Alright, well, we're in. Wait, your controller isn't on. How are you in? Maybe the lights are broken? I don't know, but I'm in. Yeah, probably a glitch. What? He's not even playing. Dude, I watched your controller. What's happening on there is not even happening in-game. Dude, what are you talking about? Don't make excuses. I just whooped your ass. First, your controller lights are off. Now your inputs aren't working? This is not my first rodeo. I know what's behind that pillow. He's been playing the whole time. Yo, ready for Mario Kart? Yep, but we have to...
Prior to the update Aquatic, if you were to go fishing, the only fish you were gonna find was just fish. It was raw fish and cooked fish. But when we got all these other fish, they also took away this fish, meaning that we also never got to see an entity form of this item. But what's interesting is that if you actually look at the fisherman texture of these villagers,
so this is why AI art will never replace human art for me.
This is the world's most satisfying calendar because once you rip off all the days of the year, you're left with this. And I bought 6 others with the most expensive.
So this is why AI...
Prior to the update Aquatic, if you were to go fishing, the only fish you were gonna find was just fish. It was raw fish and cooked fish. But when we got all these other fish, they also took away this fish, meaning that we also never got to see an entity form of this item. But what's interesting...
So this is why AI...
This is the world's most This is the world's most satisfying calendar because once you rip off all the days of the year, you're left with this. And I bought 6 others with the most expensive for last.
First up is this calendar with a cake slice on it. It doesn't look like a cake this way, but once you turn it, it looks like a cake. Next up is this one, which I'm gonna speed run starting now. Oh my gosh, look how intricate this one looks, like all the details on it. We have 3 more into the most expensive one, so next.
The magic keyboard is perfect. So
today's mission. Drop something on the ground near your friend and stare at them until they pick it up for you. And then drop it again.
Oh, isn't that weird alien butt plug you found from before? Yeah, check it out. Look what it does. What the dude? What the hell is that? I don't know, but it's kind of cool, right? Whoa, hold up. What is this thing? Be careful. Nah, look at this. Huh? Oh no. Oh, what did I do? Oh, come back. It was an accident.
If Nintendo never sued anyone, they would be very different. Let me explain. Nintendo, known for being the legal gods, have made millions off of lawsuits. But if they didn't make those millions, they wouldn't have been able to pay people to make the Nintendo Switch. And if they couldn't pay people, they'd have no new gaming console. And if they had no new gaming console, they'd have no more money coming in. But if they had no more money coming in, their business would fall to the ground. And if their business fell to the ground, Nintendo would no longer exist. And if Nintendo no longer existed, Mario would die. But now you know, if Nintendo never...
Why didn't the glass shatter when kicked by a horse, but broke after falling? Conversely, why did another piece remain intact after falling, but shatter when hit with a hammer? The reason lies in the characteristics of tempered glass. It has excellent impact resistance. A large area impact like a horse's kick causes deformation. However, concentrated stress, such as hitting a small stone after falling, causes it to shatter into pieces. Why didn't the glass...
But math is red. But why do we associate certain things with colors? The professional term is synesthesia. In psychology, this means associating certain things with unrelated senses, due to previous experiences or encounters. Example, fall is orange. We see a lot of pumpkins in the fall. What color are pumpkins? Orange. All pumpkins. Pumpkins orange. Orange fall. Fall orange. And now you understand synesthesia. For me, these are the colors I see school subjects, but now you know why I wholeheartedly believe that math is red.
Don't break somebody's heart. They only have one of those. Break their bones! They have 206 of those bad boys! Don't break somebody's heart. They only have one of those. Break their bones! They have 206 of those bad boys!
Which one would you choose? Jerry the Magician just lost a bet to you and now owes $10 to you. Unfortunately, he didn't have any cash on him, so he offered you to take 1.
Google's dumb AI bot is the definition of fake it till you make it. The AI overview everybody skips at the top of Google results will confidently try to respond to anything you throw at it. And if you put the word versus in between any 2 things or ideas, it'll do its best to compare the two, regardless of if they're actually comparable, even if it's literally apples and oranges, or something dumb like fork versus RTX 4090, which lets you know that a fork is a tool used in forklifts. Man, I love AI. At least
rock, paper, scissors, but you can use anything. So for instance, paper beats rock, as expected, and so naturally we'd say that scissors beats paper. Great, but then it gets crazy because what beats scissors? And so now it's up to AI to decide if it's the right answer. So we can comfortably say a chainsaw beats scissors, which 2,000 other people have guessed, but now things get difficult because what beats a chainsaw? A nuke would obviously decimate a chainsaw, but then our problem exponentially increases because what beats a nuke? And only 500 people seem to be thinking about these things, but I think something like a black hole would suffice. And what beats a black hole? Well, I guess you could say a white hole, which is theoretical because it spews matter out instead of sucking it in. And so it gets crazier because white holes, I guess, can only technically be beat by antimatter, which would basically annihilate anything it touches. And so what beats antimatter? Well, obviously God, the ultimate creator in the form of divine intervention. And so you think the game is finished because you reached the ultimate power until you realize that atheists can technically beat God because they don't believe in him, which then really keeps this game going on forever. It's actually absurd, so go check out the full video to see the rest. Rock, paper, scissors, but you can use anything. So for instance, paper beats rock, as expected, and so naturally we'd say that scissors beats paper. Great, but then it gets crazy because what beats scissors? And so now it's up to AI to decide if it's the right answer. So we can comfortably say a chainsaw beats scissors, which 2,000 other people have guessed, but now things get difficult because what beats a chainsaw? A nuke would obviously decimate a chainsaw, but then quite literally hundreds of people have asked me to play this game, and so today I am finally playing it. The game is called What Beats Rock, so it's like rock.
Paper. Paper. No. Fire. Water. Sponge. Atomic slicer. Well, atomic slicer. Good. Atomic slicer. Atomic slicer. Atomic slicer. Atomic slicers. Slicer. Atomic slicer, slicer. Paper. Rock. Water. Scientifically. Scientifically. Wow. What eats water? No, because that just turns it back into water. No, because that just turns it back into water. What eats water? Cloth.
Quite literally, hundreds of people have asked me to play this game, and so today I am finally playing it. The game is called What Beats Rock, so it's like rock, paper, scissors, but it just goes into infinity until you ultimately can no longer beat something. And there's a lot of other cool games on this website, so I'm going to check it out. I have no idea what to expect. I just saw this fact ID. Who do that? Like, this is not games as well. In world record. So what do we can people have scissors? As things case something larger paper. Okay, fine. What paper? And it doesn't beat it, so it's paper. Okay, so I lost. Right, thank gosh. Okay, scissors like clank, and then what's gonna beat a apparent? What about ice of OP? Okay, now that we're here, and then what can beat a dragon? I guess like a swordsman, right? That feels appropriate. If they say no, like have they seen Shrek? Good. A skilled swordsman can take down a dragon. It's a classic tale of good versus evil. Okay, so now we're looking at a swordsman. So just think of like a skilled swordsman. So what can take him down? I'm gonna go ahead and say an elephant can take down. Okay, good. An elephant would trample a swordsman like a pest. Rock, paper, scissors, but you can use anything. So for instance, paper beats rock, as expected, and so naturally we'd say that scissors beats paper. Great, but then it gets crazy because what beats scissors? And so now it's up to AI to decide if it's the right answer. So we can comfortably say a chainsaw beats scissors, which 2,000 other people have guessed, but now things get difficult because what beats a chainsaw? A nuke would obviously decimate a chainsaw, but then our problem exponentially increases because what beats a nuke? And only 500 people seem to be thinking about these things, but I think something like a black hole would suffice. And what beats a black hole? Well, I guess you could say a white hole, which is theoretical because it spews matter out instead of sucking it in. And so it gets crazier because white holes, I guess, can only technically be beat by antimatter, which would basically annihilate anything it touches. And so what beats antimatter? Well, obviously God, the ultimate creator in the form of divine intervention. And so you think the game is finished because you reached the ultimate power until you realize that atheists can technically beat God. Because they don't believe in him, which then really keeps this game going.
No more video games.
But I just got on.
That's it, I'm kicking you out.
But
Nope, you're out.
kid, what happened to you? My mom kicked me out for playing video games. Let's go get her for this.
Who's at the door?
Stop right there, Karen.
But I didn't do anything.
Smile without your eyes. Raise your eyebrows. Stop smiling. That's your model face. Smile without your eyes. Raise your eyebrows. Stop smiling. That's your model face.
Pizza mozzarella.
Who's gonna tell him that this video is not funny at all?
Pizza mozzarella.
Ice cream with my magazine. Who could stop? And my sushi.
$20 for wrong answers only.
Okay.
The snack that smiles back.
Toothpaste.
Like a good neighbor.
Stay over there.
It's the start.
Of Mountain Dew.
$20 for wrong answers only.
Okay.
The snack that smiles back.
Toothpaste.
Like a good neighbor.
Stay over there.
Transposing mobs can be Dogs are like, this person feeds me, waters me, pets me.